Be ready 5 seconds.
Almost all of us live in a family. The family is the fundamental and most ancient unit of any society. In Indian society today, there are several types of families, from joint families to nuclear families. A joint family has several generations living together: grandparents, parents, uncles and aunts, brothers, sisters, and cousins. A nuclear family, on the other hand, is limited to a couple and their children, and sometimes one parent and children. In English, there are not many terms to describe family relationships. Indian languages have many more terms. Some languages, such as Tamil, also have different terms for elder brother, sister, or younger brother, sister. But what is the word for cousin in an Indian language? In most Indian languages, you will find that there is no such word. That is because cousins are only brothers and sisters. This emphasizes the deep bonds among all the children in the family. Relationships among family members are based on love, care, cooperation. Each member of the family has a role and responsibility towards other members. For instance, parents are responsible for raising their children to become happy individuals and responsible members of the society. But also, as children grow up, they help other family members, whether parents or a sister or a brother. Through daily practice, children learn to participate in the life of the household. In many homes, children also learn some of the traditions and practices their family has been following for generations. Doing our duty has been an important principle of Indian culture. The family is also a school where children learn important values. Individuals in the family often give up their own needs to take care of the family's needs. Shalini lives with her family in a town in Kerala. Her father runs a small business and her mother is a teacher in a nearby school. Shalini has a younger brother. Her grandmother, paternal uncle, and her uncle's wife live with them. They have a daughter, Shalini's cousin. Shalini's uncle has just lost his job, and her aunt is a homemaker. The whole family was preparing for the festival of Onam. Grandmother explained to Shalini that this is how families support each other and share what they have. Shalini was happy that everyone could get some new clothes. Families are connected not only within themselves but also with other families and the people around them. Such a group of connected people may be called a community. There are other meanings for community depending on the context. Members of a community come together for various reasons like celebrating festivals and organizing feasts, weddings, and other events. In some villages, people come together to support each other with agricultural practices like land preparation, sowing, and harvesting. Over time, communities often agreed upon some practices on the use of shared natural wealth and resources such as water, grazing lands, and forest produce. This is the case with many tribal communities. To some extent, this remains the case in village communities in rural India today. Such practices have provided communities a secure access to resources, but it also means that all families and individuals within the community have specific duties to perform. Otherwise, the community will not function smoothly. Year after year, the region around the town of Jhabua in Madhya Pradesh suffered from an acute water crisis. Following their tradition of coming together to support any individual or family in times of crisis, the Bhil community decided to plant thousands of trees in hundreds of villages, also dug many trenches to conserve rainwater and created other water harvesting structures. They did not get paid for this work, but did it as their duty towards their community and the environment. The objective is to serve Mother Earth. During the Chennai floods of 2015, roads turned to rivers and people could no longer move around. Almost all shops were closed and services interrupted. Many private groups, in particular spiritual and religious organizations, cooked large quantities of food and distributed it to people who needed it. There are many more such examples of people coming together to do something for the benefit of the community without expecting anything in return. Community in an urban context may function a little differently. More than 20 years ago, in an area of Ahmedabad, Kamal Parmar, owner of a small workshop, noticed a group of underprivileged children on the street. Some had dropped out of school, while others had never been to school. Kamal started giving them tuition every day after his regular work hours. He also provided the kids with a free dinner. Soon, 150 children were attending those classes regularly and were deeply interested in the lessons. A few teachers from a local school noticed the classes and joined the teaching for a while.